show where you don't know if it's part of the show. Welcome to the show. If you don't know, it's part of the show. Didn't they teach you to reach for the stars while opening up the bars and keeping you chained down with mortgage bills and cars? Vaccines for your arms, kids sounding like supercharged, caffeinated hate-filled scars and rage-quit repertoires. No answers for yards, caught up in emotion that's not even yours. Imposter truths like impeccable retards, lined up for your serving of gish galloping wars. No remedy can save the lost, in love with the yarn. I'm tired of walking into refracted shards, poor science displayed by disgusting bards. Soaked in sin with your dupe is delight in a new hand of cards. Been so long, seems like for love I'm just too hard, I'm just too hard. I said, welcome to the show where you don't know if it's part of the show. Welcome to the show. If you don't know, you don't know. Intoxicated eight makes you believe you're spinning in space while you have no shame or grace. It's a disdainful state I used to contemplate, how to save myself from my own self-hate. Wonder why I was even made with a dreadful fate, forced to try and awake with a full plate. No one to help me stay awake or educate. I've had to liberate and fight through hidden gates. But my brother, heaven could never be late, and rockets don't work in space. It's all fake, the show is on Mars. It's a joke, but you're too far gone, it won't be long. Fepe's beak is strong. We have our song and we march along like streams of knowledge leading to God's holy pond, and lives of truth that hits the bong and sings the song, turns mankind from the wrong. We come in peace with a holy gown and all of us wearing our holy crowns. So the earth is flat and we probably just won't get along, just to go along. I said, welcome to the show where you don't know if it's part of the show. Welcome to the show. If you don't know, you don't know.
All right, guys, welcome to the show. I'm very happy to be here today. Thanks to our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. And I have the pleasure of having my brother here, RV, has been here before. It's a very great privilege from me, RV, to have you here on the show. Welcome.
Thanks, brother. I greatly appreciate you inviting me on. I've been on your show many times over the years, and also you've been a guest on my platforms over the years as well. It's closing in. It's almost 10 years since I officially started making videos on Flat Earth in mid-2015. So it's almost my anniversary on that. But we always been Flat Earthers, if we knew it or not. And the people that are Globers today, if they know it or not, they are Flat Earthers as well.
All right, Betty, shout out to many people here in the chat. Betty R, I'm with you on that because I knew nothing about Freemasonry, 33. Everything I know now, I learned from RV. So shout out to you, Beth, and many other people here, Oklahoma in the house, Canada, Alabama, so many people. Welcome to the show. We have an interesting show today. I think I should get started, brother. I have something to share here.
Sounds good, brother.
Yeah. So you probably remember we talked about these two funny guys here. Okay. Leandro from Brazil, the fake flat earther, and his friend, the
Yeah,
Glober, right?
yeah.
So guess what happened, man? I gotta show you this. This last Saturday, Saturday the 30th, November the 30th. Okay. The this guy he went live. Okay. So guess what happened? During this year, 2024, he collected money to go to Antarctica now in December. And this Saturday, I'm gonna play the video here. I added some subtitles, but I will read along. So let me go ahead and read along what he said here, and then I'll play. He says here that he would not expend money to go to an expedition. All right. He says an experience that perhaps we wouldn't even be able to record or capture the midnight sun satisfactorily. There could be other things we could see, but the midnight sun maybe not. Okay, would that be worth to spend 50 or 60,000 Ks? And for something else, when our main argument is the midnight sun, I don't think it's worth it. So he is not going because as he's not going to be seeing the midnight sun in Antarctica in December. All right. He's going to keep the money. He has been collecting money the whole year. And he said on his show that he's going to use the money to other experiments to prove the globe. But he doesn't think that he's going to be able to see any sun in December in Antarctica. Can you believe this stuff, man?
Yeah, it's unbelievable. The shills are they're very transparent to those that, have eyes to see, and it's a sad thing that so many people that were stuck in them, just like Jaron and others, and just worship these people. It's just like televangelists. Just because they mention God, they mention Jesus, it doesn't mean they're legit. Just because someone has a flat earth hat or a t-shirt, it doesn't mean they're a real flat earther. We have to be very cautious with these people. But like I said, Eddie, in the end, the truth comes out with everybody.
Exactly. So I'm just gonna show here in his own voice, so people will understand that it's not, I did not add the words. If you can understand, I know my Brazilian friends who are in the show, they already know that stuff. So let me show this guy speaking here.
Para uma expedição que talvez a gente nem iria conseguir registrar o sol da meia-noite de uma forma satisfatória. Teria outras coisas que a gente poderia ver, mas o sol da meia-noite talvez não. Mas aí eu fico pensando, vale a pena gastar uns 50 mil, uns 60 mil para poder fazer algo que o nosso argumento principal é o sol da meia-noite? Eu acho que vale a pena não.
I really short clip him saying that that's not worth going there, and he's not even sure there will be a midnight sun there, but he's gonna keep the money. He didn't say anything about giving back the money or anything.
Oh, of course not. Yeah, that's the whole objective with these people. It's money, it's fame, it's all these people doing debates and these type of streams. It's just for attention for themselves and to make a buck, and that's the sad thing when it comes to truth in general. Flat Earth, obviously, but truth in general.
All right, brother, can you tell me how I can add you as a moderator here? I don't. How can I do that?
Yeah, you go to the side next to there's three dots. There should be three dots to a name, and you can add.
I see delete comment, put user in timeout, ban user and delete their comment. No, there should be another one here.
Yeah, on the bottom. It should be at the very bottom. That's strange.
It is. I'm gonna share my screen here, so you can.
Yeah, that's, I don't know. I used to just go to the name and the. I used to go
See
to the
there?
chat box. I go to the chat box. Yeah, I used to go to the chat box, go to the name next to it. You don't want to do it on StreamYard. You want to do it on the YouTube side. You can't do it. No. You have to do it on the YouTube side.
Okay. I gotta go to YouTube.
StreamYard. So StreamYard is its own website. It's an app. You have to go on the official YouTube side.
Okay, I see what you mean. All right, let me try, okay? Because I normally don't let the YouTube play. Sometimes I get echoes and stuff like that, but I will go
Okay,
ahead and
just
do that.
briefly, you just go to YouTube and then you just shut off the audio right away on the YouTube side of things. Thanks, brother.
Okay, all right. I'll find you here and do that.
While you do that, I just want to thank the people in the chat because I put a link. We have over 100 live viewers here. I put a link to my channel so people from my platform, my channel, come over here as well. There's a lot of people, and I appreciate you all. I see Bernie, I see Betty, I see JJ, I see a lot of people. I see Charlie Girl. A lot of people from my channel aboard here. Of course, everybody from my channel, you should be subbed to Eddie without question. It shouldn't be done already, but if you're not, don't forget to subscribe to Eddie's channel here. Like I said, Top Flat Earther, he's the one that's really putting the hard work in, and he deserves a ton of credit. He dedicates a lot of his life. He's a very busy guy, but he makes time to put this information out there. So we really need, to support Eddie in his channel.
Thanks, bud.
Right,
I did
brother.
add you. I got you. You are a moderator now. Okay,
Yeah,
so
brother. Thank you. I see it now. Thank you so much, brother. I see that. Yeah. Thank you so much.
all right. So someone suggests me to bring Garrett Lings. I forgot his name. Yeah, I will. I'm gonna try to contact him and see if he can be on the show. He wrote a bunch of books, and I've talked to him before. He's a really cool guy. So I'll reach out to him. But this year, I'm gonna have this show today and two other, and then we're gonna take a break until next year.
Yeah, that'd be a good idea. One thing I want to throw in real quick, Eddie, with everything that's happening in the so-called truth movement, the flat Earth community, and all the talk about Antarctica, I said it countless times. All you need to do is fly over from, say, the tip of South America to Australia. That's it. None of this visiting, and seeing penguins and killer whales and seals. That's nonsense. The whole discussion as far as Will Duffy and that's all. No one wants to go in that direction. That would settle everything. Obviously, this never happened because they can't do it. And one thing about Antarctica as well that is not really talked about is these people that run this world. I have a very strong feeling that they actually went to the edge and actually met with the firmament, where obviously Antarctica, the very, very ends of this world, and actually went to the firmament, with whatever equipment they use, snowmobiles or whatever. And that's why they're like so fascinated with Antarctica. Obviously, the edge of the world, but it's not because like Richard Elmer Burr, there's tropical lands. No, don't forget, there's stamps of him, there's postcards. He was a Mason. You're not going to be admiral in the Navy unless you're a Freemason. So he's going to give some truth, no doubt about it. He's putting some good information out there, but he mixes in some lies. But what I'm getting at is I find it very fascinating if that's actually ever happened. I'm pretty sure they met the firm. And what's your thoughts on that?
Well, yeah, man. I was because I still don't know how to play the YouTube videos on StreamYard, and I thought about uploading your video, but StreamYard only gives us like 10 minutes worth, and your videos are like 14 minutes. So I want to play the whole thing. Especially the other video that you have of. I'm going to go ahead and show that the WWE he had a globe, and he said that uh, something about like that's a lie. Go ahead into the channel show, and I wanted to play this one actually, but I don't want to edit out, but I still don't know how to play the whole thing.
Well, the main thing is, we can show some clips, and I can do narration just here talking about.
Okay, we can do that. We can do that.
The most important things for those that don't know, that have not seen, I put out a video yesterday. The WWE, of course, professional wrestling. People think, it's just pro wrestling, but this is owned by billionaires. These people, Ira Emanuel, his brother Rahm Emanuel. These are very powerful people. These people have been in the White House. Donald Trump is in the WWE Hall of Fame. Vince McMahon, a billionaire. They're putting a lot of programming in there. But what I'm getting at, to be concise, is yesterday they had a pay-per-view in Vancouver, Canada, and they had a promo in the very beginning, they show the ball Earth, the ridiculous ball Earth upside down, and you can see like a city, the city skyline, and there's a narration at the very beginning of the promo for the pay-per-view saying nothing in this world is as it seems, and they show clips of the ball Earth upside down. Then they get to the wrestling aspect out of nowhere. It's like they just put these Easter eggs of truth in plain sight, mocking the millions of people watching. But I've shown many clips where this one pro wrestler, Bray Wyatt, who supposedly passed away, he was during one of the WWE programming talking about, the ridiculous ball Earth, and, you people believe you live on an Earth, and he has an X mark over the ball Earth. And have you ever traveled around the ball Earth? I don't think so. And then the owner himself, the billionaire Vince McMahon, right there, he talks about miracles, hell freezing over, the seas parting, and then the last one he mentions is the Earth spinning on its axis as a miracle. So it's like, and these people, I don't want to say it, but the people sitting in the audience have no clue. It's going right over their head, but you can see the connection with Donald Trump and Vince McMahon and the family in the White House. But they're putting out clues, and they had debates about flat Earth on WWE programming before. But like I said, that's where they put the truth in the opposite duality aspect, not in the news, not in science. They're going to put it in some form of entertainment. So that's something I've hit hard on. And there it is. There's Bray Wyatt with the X mark over the ball Earth, mocking. In the very beginning, he does a Masonic hand sign as well. So yeah, they're just, like I said, they put the truth where it shouldn't be. They lie to us where it shouldn't be. It's just based off the principle of Masonic duality.
Yeah, the upside ball here. So say it's 14 minutes. So I thought about playing the whole thing.
You can back
That's
it up.
fine.
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah, right there. Right there it is right there, Yeah.
so guys, right after you finish this show, you go to They Live Truth and you can watch. This is the latest video from 23 hours ago. So he just uploaded yesterday.
Yeah, and the funny thing is they're showing the cage for the ring upside down. They're showing the ball Earth upside down. They're like, it's like they have to put the truth in plain sight. It's like, I tell this to people all the time. People say, oh, the people that run this world are a bunch of liars. They are liars. But when you work off duality, you gotta mix in truth and lies. If you don't, you're no longer working off duality. So that's why they give us these Easter eggs, that 1% truth and 99% lies. And that's a really important thing I harp on, is where they must reveal the truth in plain sight, in any which way. They've done it in movies and music, of course. Truth in movies, lies in the news. I've stated that many times over the years. And here's something I want to throw in real quick about truth in general. When I first started many years ago, back in 2008, 2009 on YouTube, and I was covering a lot of things about Freemasonry, the number 33, a lot of people didn't get it. It took years for people to understand what I was saying. They're like, why is this guy mention the number 33? And it doesn't mean anything, and Freemasonry, and, and I would talk about these. It took time for people to get it. So we have to be patient with, also what I'm getting at, we have to be patient with people newer to truth. When we introduce things, 30, 40 years of programming is not going to be eradicated overnight. So we have to be patient with people. We're awake to many, many things, but we have to be patient. Some people are never going to get it. That's just because their ego's blocking any type of information. Before you even finish a sentence, they're already tuning you out. So those people just ignore. But the people that are willing to listen, explain things to them,
Yeah, I just heard someone yesterday saying that it took him 3 years to finally accept flat Earth, understand the lie and everything. 3 years, man, took the guy, and he tried to, just like everybody else, tried to debunk flat Earth. Took him 3 years, and he couldn't.
I'll tell you right now, I had a guy named Shizzle on my channel. The guy loved my other work because, of course, my channel is not just about flat Earth. I cover many topics on the world stage. And for 3-4 years, he fought me on flat Earth. Then after 3-4 years, he came out and he goes, because he used to give me a hard time. He loved my other work, but he'd always make some ridiculous comment under my flat Earth videos. And then but it took him a long time, but he finally got it. Sometimes it just takes something to trigger their mind, to get it. Some people, like I said, they'll never get it because they're blocked. Their ego is preventing, like I said, or their ego is preventing them from seeing the truth. But here's something I want to say. Something that can't be taught is discernment. We can learn so-called facts, figures, but discernment is something people are born with. It can't be taught. It's like personality. So the ability to discern, the people that want to fit in this world and be liked and accepted, they're not going to go in this direction and look at this information. They're too busy and too concerned about being liked and accepted by their peers. So that's a huge thing. If people are following trends and they have to follow every new trend that's out there, they're not going to be interested in these topics, and that's the unfortunate thing. They're not concerned about truth, so that's the reality we have to face with certain people. Don't waste your time with those people.
That's right. Gotcha, brother. All right. So let me just check the chat here real quick. I don't want to leave anybody. Let me remove this for a minute. We can always go back. Let me pause the video. All right. Talking about just one more thing about this flat earth. I want to shout out to Matthew Hakim. He is in the chat. Matthew, I got your book. Thank you, brother. They always deliver to me on weekends. And I kind of agree with Matthew. He said he was on Modern Day Debate this week against Fight the Flat Earth, and talking about the final experience, and said they will just lie, and the actors that are going with Duffy along will just lie that they saw something there. And after this Brazilian Glober, he is like a Mactoon in Brazil, came out saying that he is not sure he would even see a 24-hour sun in Antarctica. Anybody coming back from these experiments saying that they saw, it's a lie, because there is no 24-hour sun in Antarctica. And they know that. They knew that in Brazil in 2023. They could not live stream. I did challenge. I was able to get an answer from Duffy himself and said, "Why don't you live stream? That's the only way." And he said, "No, we can't live stream." So anything that's on video, it's just a movie. It's an edit. Because if they can't live stream the event like they live streamed the moon in 1969, it's just a movie.
Well, one thing I have to really jump in and discuss here is I've done debates, years ago with these people, McToon, Fight the Flat Earth, many years. It's a complete waste of time. These people, they have no credibility. They're liars. All of them, all these globers, they're paid to do what they do. But what I'm going to tell you really quickly, I'll be concise, is prior to doing a debate years ago when McToon first showed up, I think it was 2016 or 17, I don't remember. But whatever the case is, he told me before going live, because we connected on Skype. He goes, "Oh yeah, did you hear about the news?" I said, "What news?" He goes, "Yeah, a former NASA employee came out and said the Earth is flat." I said, "Stop with your nonsense." He goes, "No, I have it recorded." And he was acting all serious about it. He goes, "I'll play it after the live stream." You know what it was? He played it after the live stream. You know what it was? It was McToon in his backseat of his car, pretending to be a former NASA scientist talking about flat Earth. So these kind of people are just trolls, and it's really not, like I said, they're just, you go into debate with people that already have the preconceived notion they live in a ball, and it doesn't matter. For most people, whatever evidence you supply, if people show up as a baller, they're going to leave as a baller. It doesn't matter in most cases what evidence is presented. But there are people, of course, on the fence. There's a small percentage of people that are open-minded, that are on the fence, that are already truthers. They'll listen. But the people that are part of this world and are atheists, and it's really basically a waste of time.
Yeah, these guys are so weird, man. Cringe. That Creek guy is so weird. Fight the Flat Earth. These guys are. I don't know. I can't even talk to these guys.
Well, they're no liars. Listen, there's also with Craig's Fight the Flat Earth. He before doing his anti-flat Earth videos, he was like making videos about Xbox and video games. That was his whole channel, him and his wife or girlfriend. So, you know what's funny about that? We know who owns Xbox with Bill Gates.
Yeah,
and we know what he
exactly.
pushes. So he's completely promoting Xbox, and Microsoft. And yeah, we know, like I said, we know what that's about with Bill Gates. So, but yeah, I'm not going to get off topic, but a lot of people are waking up. There's a good amount of people slowly waking up too. You know, we shouldn't be discouraged. Just like I said, the people that are not going to get it, we just leave them alone. And the people that are willing to listen and look at the information, that's what we have to focus on, and those people, and never stop, because this is the foundation of God's created world, is the flat earth. And you know, it might be repetitive to a lot of people that have been around for a while on our channels, but we have to respect and understand there are people new to this topic. We can't be selfish and say, oh, we're going to stop talking about this because the majority of people on our channel already know about this. No, that's a selfish type of vantage point to look at it. We have to keep understanding there's millions of people that are not obviously awake to the flat earth truth due to the heavy indoctrination, programming, and the bad stigma, to be honest, just a real bad stigma they place on the flat earth truth.
That's right. I really like, sometimes I compare flat earth with in the book of Acts, when the apostles, they were, especially the apostle Paul, he went to a city, like a big city like Athens. They calculated at that time they had 10,000 people live in that city. And after he preached the message, only like 6 or 7 people joined him. Of course, later on, many more people accepted the truth. So sometimes we should not be discouraged, even, you know, because it doesn't matter. Maybe like today's show that we have 128 people watching right now. Perhaps one will get it today. No, not talking the one. Most of them are already flat earthers. Maybe someone will watch later and get the message. You know, they are just look at the censorship. You know, like you like someone posted on TikTok today. Like you can see all sorts of stuff. You know, even like some soft core porn on TikTok, and it's okay. But when you talk flat Earth, they censor it. They delete videos. So there is something to it. You know, they wouldn't be doing that.
One thing I want to jump in real quick, brother, is this. I see Matthew Hakeem. He says if flat earthers don't show up to debate, globe will continue. In all due respect, we have to understand, when you show up on their platform and you debate them, they're racking in money with super chats from their audience. Put them out of business. Don't go on their channel and debate them, because you're keeping them in business. So that's a real important thing you need to understand as far as that's concerned. Out there,
Yeah.
are you going
Yeah, and they use this even when you debate, like in modern day debate. Sometimes they take it and then they rack a lot of money just commenting on the video.
and also you know, the modern day debate, they're a bunch of globers, you know, so you know, it's like, it's ridiculous. A lot of these so-called neutral platforms, like the non sequitur, they were actually participating in debates defending the globe, the moderators. And I'm like,
Yeah, I found that weird, man.
yeah, I said, you guys are ridiculous. What kind of garbage platform are you? So, Matthew, in all due respect, like I said, you want to debate, that's up to you. But I'm just telling you, you're keeping those channels alive. I tell all flat earthers, stop debating globers on their channel. If they want to go to your channel, fine. That's where I don't have a problem with it. But don't go on their channel and you know, they're gonna line their pocketbook with you showing up. That's how they keep going. So, you know, you're just you know, you're feeding them, you're feeding the beast type of thing. And just, you know, for someone that's been around a long time like myself, doing this since 2015, I've been around, I'm experienced, and I'm way beyond that. So I know you're you know, you're what you're trying to do, you know, obviously trying to do the best you can to push the flat earth truth out there. I get it, but we have to be sit back and think about what we're doing, and really think about that long and hard before we move forward. And but if you want to continue doing it, that's completely up to you. But Eddie, let me just say this real quick. Like for example, the guy that showed up even on your channel, he was disingenuous, not honest. He was just, you know, things they say are like, they're putting out as fact, like things that are in textbooks, but that are not proven in the real world. And assumptions, what he's saying are facts, but they're not proven in the real world. And that's what's very discouraging. And yeah, that one debate with that one so-called pilot, that guy was complete garbage. And yeah, it's very
Yeah.
discouraging.
The problem is that those people, they use their credential, like PhD Tony, to spread lies, And that pilot, he disappeared. I haven't seen him around ever since that show. And he's just using his credentials to say lies, just like some doctors sometimes use their credential to spread lies. And, that's what they do.
Yeah, absolutely. And yeah, there's people paid to do it. Here's a big thing I have to really hammer the point where, in the very beginning, when it came to truth on YouTube, it was like a free for all, but after a point, people started realizing the people that run this world, hey, there's a huge audience on YouTube. That's when they started putting the shills all over YouTube. I mean, hired help everywhere, bots and people like Steve McRae, people like McToon, people like Fight the Flat Earth. These are hired people. And it's funny, a lot of these people have a military background. But that gets to, like I said, Will Duffy being friends with McToon, who's completely illegitimate, and just a liar. These guys are, like you said, they're liars. That's the only way they can support the globe is through lies. That's all they have are lies, and it's sickening to me.
That's right. Shout out to Jim Techman. He's in the house today. Jim Techman is really good debating on TikTok, man. I mean, he puts those surveyors, land surveyors, to shame, it's really good. Shout out to you, brother. Yeah, welcome to the show. Yeah, man. So that pilot, he's gone. I mean, say, RV, I have flown several times crossing the equator because I spent 20 years in the US, okay, flying Brazil, US, from Atlanta to Brasilia, from New York to Rio, Sao Paulo. You cross the equator, man, you see the islands there. The pilot says, you're flying over Puerto Rico and you go to LA. I mean, and when you look at the flight route on the globe, man, on the globe, you should be flying over the Pacific to get to LA. When, in fact, you're flying over the Gulf of Mexico, you enter the US through southern Texas, and then you go to California. That matches the flat Earth map. It doesn't match the globe, And the other thing, if the Earth was spinning, how can you depart from Atlanta to Brasilia and land in Brasilia? If the Earth was spinning, you should be landing, in the Pacific Ocean, man. I mean, it's ridiculous.
The main thing, the one thing that's a real, when it comes to the globe, the spinning so-called ball Earth, a real nail in the coffin is the so-called Coriolis effect, where they constantly talk about how snipers have to adjust based on the Coriolis effect. Shoot off a little bit to one side to hit their target at X amount of distance. Well, then they come back and tell you about airplanes and how airplanes, when they fly over the ball Earth, they're moving with the atmosphere. It can't be both. It can't be both.
Can't be both.
And when you bring that up, it's checkmate. It's checkmate. It cannot be both. So there's a lot of holes in the globe. But the thing is, they have a lot of zombies on their side. So hey, it's a tough fight, but it's a fight worth fighting. That's how I see it.
Right. I do have a document, official government army document about the missiles or the missiles. They have three kinds. And the first one, which is 2,000 miles, it's just like they fire. The power is just when they fire. There's no other power, and reach the target in 2,000 miles. If the Earth was spinning, man, and that thing cannot adjust for curvature, because according to them, if it has an engine, if it's powered, so you'll be adjusting. But those, the very first type of missiles, they don't adjust, they just fire upon, upon launching, and that's it until the end. So, and they reach the target. If Earth was spinning, they would never be able to reach the target, So, I mean, it's ridiculous.
Yeah, there's just many things. Obviously, we see too far, and this is one thing I point out to people that I have my own viewpoints, and I'm always digging. Is try to find one science science textbook that gives the so-called curvature rate of this ball Earth. Good luck. Because if it existed, people would look into it and say, hey, this is their claim and the curvature rate of this so-called ball Earth, that people find out quickly, hey, we see way too far based on the curvature rate. So, we have, that was a 3,959 miles supposed radius they give us, but that's it. They don't go any further and explain in detail about the curvature rate. Like I said before, a pilot, you ask, if anybody, if you're flying, say, from San Francisco to New York, and just ask the pilot, hey, what's the curvature rate? What is the curve from San Francisco to New York on this ball Earth we supposedly live on? They would not have an answer. They wouldn't know, because they're just flying over a plane, in an airplane. That's simple.
Exactly. So I don't know, brother. Sometimes I understand that, like you said to Matthew, I don't really waste time talking to Globers, because some of them, if they really want to know the truth, of course, we spend all the time. We got to be patient. But some of them, like, they just want to, turn you down, like humiliate you, stuff like that. So why waste time, with them?
Yeah.
I just don't.
Brother, you just said it right there. So what they do is, this is the technique. Like I said, I've done many of these many years ago. So this is the technique. You first you talk to them on Skype or you're on Zoom, and they're so nice and so friendly to you prior to going live. Then once you go live, here comes the insults, and then it's like insult, then made up information that can't be verified, then more insults, then more information that can't be verified. Like I said many times, gravity theory, string theory, the theory of relative, everything's a theory, but that's just how it goes. And like I said, Matthew, like I said, I appreciate, you're well versed in flat Earth. I've of course heard you speak with Eddie here on this platform, man. You have a lot of passion for the truth, and I get it. But sometimes that passion should be directed, in my estimation, in better things and waking up people that are interested. Not talking to liars, people that are just basically, like I said, making a buck and just liars. Why? You're never going to change your mind. It's not going to go anywhere. It's just frustration, and that's it. So, but like I said, you do what you want to do. I'm not going to keep harping on that, but I made my point.
That's right. So it's just like those Brazilian Globers, man. They just lie. They collect the money the whole year to go to Antarctica now to film the 2024 Midnight Sun, and now he says he's not going to go because he's not sure he's going to be able to film the Midnight Sun, but he's not going to give the money back. He's going to use it for some other experiment. It's just like it's going to make people forget about it and keep the money.
It's just like, what's his name? Alex Stein, he wants to get involved with this. Any way to put his face on anything to get, for attention, it's sickening. People not really interested in truth. They just want to be part of something. And what's interesting is also supposedly some big names are going down to Antarctica as far as celebrities. Who are these people? I forgot the names, but I heard some big names are going to be going to Antarctica as well after the supposed experiment.
I don't trust those people anymore. Like Candace Owens, I think she's not going, but she's going to send somebody or her husband. I don't know.
Well, when you have these big names involved, then it's a complete psyop, and obviously it's engineered by people behind the scenes, and we'll see what happens. But to me, it all stinks, And the best thing to do, to be honest, is not even give them any attention. Just pretend like they don't exist. Just like fight players, pretend these people don't exist, and they'll go away in time. That type of thing. That's kind of how I see it.
Yeah, it's just a movie production, in my opinion. They're just gonna do movie production and put on Netflix or something to make fun of flat earthers, and wherever it's going, it's just gonna lie, saying that never document. Just a couple of weeks ago, I had a 1951, I guess, encyclopedias saying that there's no 24-hour sun in Antarctica. There is one in the Arctic, though, but not in Antarctica. All of a sudden now, 2024, they say there will be one. Pretty weird.
Yeah, it's all weird how it all. But you're the first one to break the information about Leandro, and that thing and how it coincides with Will Duffy. It's not some amazing coincidence that these were taking place, 1 year prior to the other. It's mapped out. And what I said was this: with the event in New York, they had that debate going on for about 10 years on YouTube. Then they went to Flat Earth. And then after 10 years, I think they're going to maybe do something else. But, whatever the case may be, this truth will be put out there. Everybody will know. One thing I want to point out really quick, I think is really important is, and I wish I would have saved these videos. There was a man, he had a very small channel that someone on my channel pointed him out to me. He had a very small channel. It had nothing to do with Flat Earth. He was one of these near-death experience guys, and he had like a four-part video series about his experience, and it was like going on for like hours. But in one of the clips, one of the videos, he mentioned when he died, and that he saw the Earth as flat, but he kept continuing like it was nothing. It was just like a passing thing. It wasn't like he kept talking about. It was just a passing thing. He just mentioned how the Earth was flat because I saw the Earth and it was flat, and he kept going on like it was, because I guess in his terms, his experience was so huge that that was the main focal point, and Flat Earth wasn't. He wasn't a flat earther. It was just someone that said he saw the Earth as flat. And thank you again, Matthew. I appreciate you, brother, and all your hard work you put out there. Thank you so much. But yeah, I just wanted to mention that about, and I couldn't find it. I went back to look for it. I can't find that video. It was just a blonde-haired guy with long hair talking about, like I said, his near-death experience, and he just, I don't know where it mentions how he saw the Earth as flat, and it's it kind of reminds me when you watch the movies like Clash of the Titans, and you see the gods in the clouds, and they're looking down, and Earth is not spinning, of course.
Exactly. Oh yeah, and then I had that whole video on the Greek mythology.
Earth. That's how it is.
Yeah, and I actually perhaps next week I will cover. I just found another website I was looking at Orthodox Church, the Greek Orthodox Church and Flat Earth, and I found a whole Greek website talking about the Flat Earth, man, and I want to present this next week, like how so many of them and so many like Greek philosophers or in the mythology, claiming the Earth is flat with the firmament on top. And all we have to do is to read and watch the movies on the Greek mythology. They all describe a flat Earth, like the Atlas was holding up the firmament, actually, not a spinning ball on his back. And so the underworld and so many things, so many liars, man, like that, what's his name, from the Genesis, answer in Genesis. I forgot that guy. The name is guy. I forgot the guy, man. He's a answer in Genesis guy. I forgot his name, man. Faulkner.
Yeah, Danny Faulkner. Danny Faulkner.
Yeah,
I forgot his name too. Yeah, he had. Yeah, he was with that one. I forgot his name. He was with another YouTube preacher, and right behind him, he had the all-seeing eye within a triangle right behind him, and they're just like I said, they're hired help, and there's they have completely infiltrated YouTube, and yeah, that's the unfortunate thing. But all we can do is do the best we can and not pay attention to the trolls. The best thing to do is just keep on putting out the information. When you see a troll, don't just block them. Don't let them disrupt your channel. Just that's what they're trying to do. They try to disrupt the truth. Obviously, they don't want the truth out there. Let me ask you this real quickly, off topic a little bit. On my last video, I was told, I'm not sure if it's still there or not there, but somebody told me that YouTube's removing with that notation about flat Earth being an old relic type of thing. Is the banner still there, or they? Let me go to my.
You got it, man. It's not there. Look, it's not there in the channel.
Wow.
They did remove.
Yeah, that's kind of strange. That's kind of like
it is.
makes me wonder, because the reason I say that is obviously for those that follow my videos and my channel, I shown, way back in 2015 where Google had their Earth days, and they had many Earth days showing the flat Earth. So why would, a platform keep putting down flat Earth when they're showing flat Earth? I mean, there's so many. If you just Google it, obviously Google YouTube, Google knows Earth is flat, and there's many, many Earth days showing the firmament and the Earth being flat. So yeah, it's not there. Yeah, not there.
It's not there. But it has to, maybe, I don't know. I heard someone saying today, I think I have to agree with that. They are collecting information, so they need to make it like a free speech platform, so they can collect information on us to see, who is putting out stuff or not. Twitter is doing the same. I think Mark Zuckerberg is going to do the same on Facebook, let people speak. And now YouTube, perhaps, this whole thing is like a way to see how many of us are out there, where we are, where we stand. It might be a trap, we never know.
Yeah, and right there where the dome crack looks like Antarctica right there, by the way. The so-called Antarctica on the globe model. Did you notice that with the Simpsons?
Yes, I did. I'll go back
Yeah,
here
yeah.
a little bit.
In Japan
Yeah.
also too with Ichiro in that one commercial. Have you seen that one? The commercial I
Yeah,
showed?
yes,
Yeah.
yes.
You see,
I
yeah,
gotta
Mhm. Good,
put out together.
yeah, with the waters above with the firmament. Yeah, but like you're saying, I think they're loosening things up a little bit. When it comes to obviously Twitter and Facebook, but YouTube's been always, obviously on the strict side. We'll see what happens. Hopefully, I think they're like running a test. They want to see how the population reacts to things. That's what I think is happening. But we have to wait and
Yes.
see. But I definitely think, like I said, I think all truths will come out, and there's going to be everybody's going to know the Earth is flat one day, and people are going to be shocked beyond belief when that information comes out. Because I think everything will be revealed.
Now, brother, I don't know if someone shared with me on TikTok, and I don't know, I couldn't find anything about it. But is it true that I don't know if you heard about it? So, is it true that Alex Jones came out saying the Earth is flat? Have you heard anything about it?
Well, all I know is this: Alex has been fighting the flat Earth for a long time, mocking it, and I haven't heard about him coming out. But there's other topics. I don't want to mention it here because I was supposed to be a guest on his show back in 2020, but it was canceled because of my beliefs in I'll just call it the vid. And I was saying it wasn't true. He was selling, potions to remedy it. So we had we had opposing views, and from that, I wasn't a guest. But so what I'm saying, he flip flopped later on, saying he didn't believe in it. That could potentially be happening now with Alex Jones and Flat Earth, because I know this. And if Daria, the producer, because I know Daria, the producer of the show, we've been in contact for a long time. She's a flat earther, and she's promoted the flat earth, and Alex fights it all the time, but she's worked really hard to try to get the flat earth information out there. She's on the same page with us. She's a Christian. And so I'm sorry, Daria, if you don't want all this information out there, but as the producer of the show, she is a flat earther. And yeah, sorry about that, Daria, if you don't want that out there, but that's the truth.
All right. So someone here, I asked, I'm an Eastern Christian. St. John Chrysostom has many writings on the stationary Earth and firmament. I want to search more. And actually, I don't know, I have been extremely curious about the Greek Orthodox Church lately. There is only one here in Japan that I know in my region. So it's not easy to get there, but I would like to visit someday, I don't know. I think I like it, the Greek Orthodox Church. But, I want to visit someday and see what's going on there.
Well, that kind of reminds me, it's not the same topic, but when you mentioned church, it reminds me when Leonardo DiCaprio went to the Vatican and was talking to the Pope. I don't think it was Benedict. I think it was the latest one. What's his name? I forgot his name now. And they open up an ancient book, and Leonardo DiCaprio is talking about flat Earth with him. And I made a video about that years ago. That's something that's been forgotten. But yeah, just mentioning churches and of course the domes. A lot of structure with the domes. It's obviously
You broke down, brother. You broke down. Okay, I'm going to write my email address here if you want to reach out to me. YS. Okay, this is my Yahoo. Okay, and reach out to me. We will try to get in touch. And I want to learn more about the Orthodox Church or the Eastern Christians, right? Brother, you broke down. Can you hear us? Hear us?
Yeah, can you hear me now?
Oh yes, yeah. Right.
Yeah, but just like I was saying, there's many structures, architectural structures based on the dome, of course. I made a video about that. Even the White House, if you look at the architecture around the perimeter of the building itself, it's pyramid, dome, pyramid, dome, pyramid, dome. They're huge about symbolism, of course. I pointed out many times. So there's something going on. There's people that believe, that obviously, if we're a circle and a square, it could, end up being like a pyramid from the corners, going up to heaven. So, I don't really talk about that much, something I can't prove, but there's something huge about the pyramids besides what we always point out with the so-called Illuminati. Remember, with signs and symbols, there's the duality aspect. An owl, for example, is God's creation, but the Illuminati Freemasons, they take it and present it as something evil. So if you have an owl tattoo or owl necklace, oh, you're an evil person. No, it depends how you're using it and with your stance. So just because someone has an owl statue in their home, it doesn't mean they're evil. The owl is a beautiful creation by God, but these people have stolen it, taken it as their own, and people need to remember that Satan cannot create anything; he only steals and plagiarizes. So we have to be very we have to use discernment when it comes to why people and intent is huge. So we have to remember that.
Yeah.
Yeah, Jeff,
So
I'll try
guys,
to work on that, Jeff. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
now I want to tell everyone here today, I think you said something really important. No matter what those guys do, either, those celebrities that are, they might be embracing flat earth now just to ditch you later, and or whatever happens in Antarctica, we should move on. We know earth is flat and stationary. We're not spinning. Flight routes, just take flights to South America and see, the route it goes. You see that you're not flying over a spinning ball. And we're going to keep on pressing. And I really like what you said a couple months ago. You, me, Nathan Oakley, shout out to Nathan Oakley. And we're going to keep on, spreading flat earth and going to be here, man, no matter what happens.
Yeah, and one thing very important, Nathan Oakley is doing an outstanding job as well. But one thing I want to really thank you, Eddie, for your work on, as far as quote astronomy, and the month of the year people are born and the position of obviously the sun, the stars, everything, and all the signs, and proving that that proves the flat Earth. There's so many things. Obviously, there's so many things that
Things, man.
Yeah, but the thing is this: all like I tell this to people all the time, all the Globers have is Star Wars, Star Trek, and NASA. That's their evidence. If they weren't told they live in a ball, there's nothing that would make them believe that they lived in a ball. It's just they were told that at 5 years old. They can't even tie their shoes, but they were told that at 5 years old, and they never questioned afterwards. I said it many times. They're told at 5 years old they live in a ball. In the first and second grade, fifth grade, they never revisited and questioned again. That's your definition of being programmed.
That's right. Brother, I want to touch this subject real quick here. I just had someone mentioning, I think it was last night, we live on a polar projection, okay? This is a polar coordinate system, And let's say that somebody lives right here in this coordinate here, longitude line, and another one right here, and another one right here. We all see the sun 90 degrees above our head. So that proves that the sun is circling, because if we live around the North Pole and we all see the sun above our head in 90-degree angle, that proves that you don't need the continents here. That proves that the sun is circling. And whether you are in Brazil, Australia, South Africa, right here, you see the sun above your head. So that proves that we live around the North Pole and that the sun is covering all this area on a circuit. All
Yeah.
right, it's so clear to see, brother. I don't know how these people don't see it.
Well, that's what I want to get into. I'm glad you brought this topic up because you and I have defended the AE map forever from the inception when it comes to flat Earth and the circling sun. And obviously, the Bible verses matches our reality. What we see in the sky, obviously, the heat alone. I always talk about the equatorial region. That's where all the tropical plants they grow. Some of these are ultra tropical. They cannot grow out of that equatorial region. That proves that's where the sun is circling right there. Just because we look up at the sky, that doesn't determine exactly the position of the sun. If we're looking at something in the distance, it might not even actually be in that physical position based on the moisture in the air and the way the human eye works. So that's an important thing. But what I want to really get into is this: when it comes to deceivers, they don't need to be believed. They just want to put questions in the minds of people. They want to put doubt in the minds of people. That's why you have all the shills and agents putting out, saying that it's not a circling sun. There's a Pac-Man sun going, under Earth and coming back around, or there's multiple suns. Or the Bible clearly states there's only one sun, two great lights, the sun and the moon. So there's a lot of disinfo agents out there that are feasting on the people that are just naive, gullible. And like I said this countless times, we're Bible believers. What the Bible states matches our reality. So people say, oh, you trust the Bible? I'm like, yeah, because what the Bible states matches what we see in this world. It just so happens they coincide, they match. So, that's simple, brother. But I'll let you continue on.
Yeah, but many people don't know now because it's a new generation of flat earthers. But years ago, when that guy Holvin, the Kent Holvin, was attacking flat Earth,
Yeah.
and he said he would like to debate the flat Earth map, we actually exchanged messages, and I present myself up for a debate against his views, and we exchanged a few messages, but he never followed through. And I was defending the Gleason's map at the time, and I told him, okay, you challenge any flat earther for a debate. Here I am. Let's debate the Gleason's map. And he sent me an email saying, okay, my secretary will get in touch with you to schedule a date or whatever. And then never heard from him. And then I wrote back, say, okay, let's debate. And then a couple months ago or weeks ago, I went to Nachiketa's channel and I challenged Jake as well. Okay, well, let's debate the flat Earth map. Let's debate the Gleason's map. If you think it's not, the Earth's not, this is not reliable map, debate me on that. And he never got back to me. So, yeah, the Gleason's map is the best. And I'm pretty sure, by the size of Brazil, and actually I was going to do something, a presentation about it, because on the globe, Brazil is really elongated to match the 90 degrees they need to close the globe. And in fact, the Brazil is wider than longer, which matches the flat Earth map. It doesn't match the globe at all or any other projection. It doesn't match the Mercator's, the flat projection doesn't match the Pac-Man map. It only matches the Gleason's map.
Yeah, the thing about Ken Hovind is this. I've listened to Ken Hovind for, over the years, many of his presentations, and I recall him saying the reason, the certain planets, they rotate in certain directions because the initial Big Bang, when the Big Bang explosion happened, these so-called planets went in different directions. That's why they're spinning. some are spinning one way and some are spinning the other. So he's heavily invested in that aspect. So the thing is this, you'll notice about a lot of these science people, they're never going to deviate in a drastic way from their foundation. Because if they do, then it's like, now I can't be trusted. I was so wrong about what I was saying for many years. Now the people that listen to me, they're going to say, hey, what's going on here? You were so sure about what you're saying. Now you're a flat earther. What's going on? So deep down inside, he might know, but that's exactly why he didn't debate you. And as far as fake Jake, forget about him. He won't debate you. That's why he buddies up with that one guy. What's his name? What was his name? Q and Fee. Q and Fee. He buddies up with Q and Fee, but Q and Fee, all he does is shows cartoons with the that one website. Forgot the name. What was that website?
The Suncalc.
Yeah, Suncalc. He keeps using that, and he just uses cartoons, and then he mocks Jesus. He's obviously, to me, he sounds like an agent. He mentioned how, I don't want to get too far into this, but he did mention in a live stream, and not Cicada, that he got in trouble with the law because he was a hacker and doing these sort of things. And then all of a sudden he becomes an agent. That's basically what happened. That's what happens. People get in trouble, then they're like Will Duffy, the same thing, where they have a little, they're in a bind, and they can sort of work their way out of that bind by, doing other things for the people that they're asking them to do things. You know what I mean? So that's kind of like how I see it, when it comes to these individuals. But these people should be ignored, really.
Yeah. I don't know. They're doing... That Jake guy does no research at all. He doesn't even know what he's talking about.
No, he never. Yeah,
I don't think he ever traveled. I don't think he has a passport.
All I know is this: all he wants to do is support his habits, and it starts with the D. He wants to support those habits, and he's a failed musician that wants to be famous, so he's just looking for conspiracy. Because at the time, and he used to follow me, and I said, "Why is this idiot following me? I don't like this guy. I wish he wouldn't follow me." I don't like him at all. So he's just basically on YouTube. He's an attention whore, and he's doing it to support his habits. That's it. That's the only reason. And saying something controversial to get views. That's all he's about, and that's simple, and we should ignore people like this and just, put them under the rug and move forward.
All right. Brother, we're going to take a quick break. I'm going to play a song. This song, actually, I heard from your show, and I really like it. And you know what song I'm talking about. So, guys, we're going to take a short break of 4 minutes while we listen to this song here. And we should be right back. And this is the song right here.
Don't believe the papers. Don't believe the news. 'Cause all that they serve you are opinionated views. Don't switch on my TV, 'cause all they do is lie. And I don't need no programming telling me what to buy. But I believe the truth will set you free. I believe the truth will set you free. Don't believe in aliens. I don't believe the news. I don't believe in war. What are the reasons why they're for? Don't believe celebrities pretending to be what they ain't. Make poverty history, they say, more than the saints. But I believe the truth will set you free. I believe the truth will set you free. I believe the truth will set you free. Don't believe the justice system will give you what you deserve. saw rampant judges and Lucifer they saw. Don't believe banks are honest, they fleece you to the bone. When there's nothing left to get, they'll even take you home. But I believe the truth will set you free. 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 Don't believe the papers, don't believe the news, 'cause all that they serve you are opinionated views. I don't switch on my TV, 'cause all they do is lie. I don't need no programming telling me what to buy. But I believe the truth will set you free. I believe the truth will set you free. I believe the truth will set you free. I believe the truth will set you, truth will set you free. I believe the 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 truth will set you free.
Yeah, brother, I heard this song in your show, man, a couple of years ago. I really like it.
Thanks. Yeah, I love that too. It's a Scottish singer, by the way, and the lyrics are spot on. And about
Spot
how
on.
Lucifer they serve is very, very true. And yeah,
Yes.
I think people wonder why. People ask us, why would these people, knowing they're gonna serve eternal damnation, why would they do this? It's like they already know where they're headed. It's already that's the bloodline, and they're trying to bring as many people with them, of course, and that's what it's about. That's that simple. Just like they put the truth in plain sight when Prince Charles admitted that he was part of the Romanian bloodline with Vlad the Impaler, and which is he's known as Dracula, which translates to son of the devil, and they're the blue bloods. These are the fallen angel bloodline, and these are the so-called reptilians, which are just basically demons. That's all they are. So when David Icke says, "Oh, there's demons running this," reptilians run this world. It's actually that's the bloodline. They're not from planet Draconia. They're the fallen angel bloodline he's referring to. So that's just a twist on truth he does. He's giving some truth, but he's misguiding people. It's not precise, and he's that they're the blue bloods for a reason. They're a mix of humans and fallen angels, and that's from the Bible itself. How the fallen ones, the Nephilim, came to Earth, and the female humans. Nothing from me. This is directly from the Bible.
I bet I think I have that Michukako video here,
Yeah, great.
and I'm gonna go ahead and play it. Let me just find here real quick. Do I have it? Okay, let me see if it's this one here.
Gravity does not pull. Then here comes Einstein asking a different question, and that is, what is the nature and origin of gravity? Einstein said that gravity is nothing but the byproduct of curved space. So, why am I sitting in this chair? A normal person would say, I'm sitting in this chair because gravity pulls me to the ground. But Einstein said, no. There's no such thing as gravitational pull. The Earth has curved the space over my head and around my body. So space is pushing me into my chair. So to summarize Einstein's theory, gravity does not pull. Space pushes.
Atmosphere. Atmosphere? So do you believe that sphere-shaped air is something we experience?
Why don't you explain to me what you perceive it to be?
It's your word. You said atmosphere. What do you think that means?
That is the amount of gases that are held within the Earth by gravity.
Held? Gravity doesn't hold anything. It's not a force. There's no scientific evidence of gravity.
Really?
Gravity's not a force to hold gas in a sphere shape. Gravity is the bending of a conceptual medium known as pseudo-Riemannian force space-time derived in the mind's eye of Einstein in mathematics. It's a fourth-dimensional geometry. Meanwhile, in reality, we live in a three-dimensional Euclidean reality. There is no dimension of time to bend. Even if we could bend time as a dimension in a Euclidean four-space geometry, it wouldn't be a container for gas. Gas isn't held by pseudo-Riemannian force-space time bending in an Einsteinian gravitational dimension. Further to that, the notion that gas being held, i.e. gravity is a force, was debunked by Einstein 108 years ago. Mass does not attract mass. That's a Newtonian concept of gas. Pressure being held because of its weight going down towards the center of Earth. That was superseded 108 years ago by Einstein when he developed the fourth-dimensional space-time bending, which is not a force and is definitely not a container to hold gas in a sphere shape. So your oxymoron, sphere-shaped air, is merely a begging the question fallacy to allow you to describe atmospheric conditions as based on an R value, a sphere value, the radius of Earth being the value that derives your refraction rate at 7/6 of the radius in sphere-shaped air. Atmo, air, sphere, a shape. Air doesn't take the shape of the sphere, it takes the shape of its containment. If the gas was in a sky vacuum, we'd have none to breathe. We'd all be dead. There's gas fills space. Gravity's not a force. Bending fourth-dimensional space-time doesn't hold it in a container.
Awesome, Nathan.
One more. It's coming right now.
Why are you sitting in your chair today? Does gravity pull you to the floor? No. There is no such thing as gravitational pull. We lied to you. First of all, we are born scientists. When we're born, we wonder what's out there. We begin to wonder about the sun, life, the stars, what makes the oceans, the weather. We're born scientists. And then something happens. When we hit the danger years of junior high school and high school, that's when it's literally crushed out of us.
Those are the worst.
Every little flower of curiosity, said Einstein, is crushed by society itself. Because we have to learn all these facts, figures, memorization, we think that memorization is science. And that's not true at all. In science, we always say that you make observations, you have a theory, you go make more observations, and it's a very, very tedious process. Wrong. Nobody that I know of in my field uses the so-called scientific method. In our field, it's by the seat of your pants. It's leaps of logic. It's guesswork.
Yep, that's the clip I just sent you, and I play that many times on my channel. But one thing I want to mention quickly before we even discuss Michikaku is, so there's the group of the non-thinkers that don't know anything but besides playing Xbox, PlayStation 5, and watching their favorite movies, watching sports, drinking beer, and barbecuing on the weekends. So they think everything is settled by these so-called scientists in the science field. And so to so they don't know anything. So what they're going to do is, I'm just going to repeat whatever people in science say to sound intelligent. I don't have no idea what I'm talking about. So I'm just going to repeat and agree with what they say. That's the profession. They know better than me. I'm not going to dispute what they say. So these are the people that are easily misled. And obviously the controllers know this, that people are consumed with everything else but truth. They don't care about truth. They care about everything else but truth. So we're just going to repeat 10 times out of 10 whatever CNN, Fox News, or whatever their favorite network is going to say. And to them, that's research. Repeating what they heard from the so-called experts. That's why in 2020, so many people fell for that lie, as we know. So, yeah, it's very easy to see. And what I tell people is this. Then they're going to fall for the next lie before that lie is even presented. They fell for the ball Earth. They fell for 2020. They fell for the moon landing in 1969. They're going to fall for the next lie that's not even presented yet. Hook, line, and sinker. That's simple. But getting back to Michikaku, that's another form of duality. He'll never come out and say the Earth is flat, but that 1% of truth must be revealed as well when he talks about gravity and how repeating things is not science. So they have to do that as well. But just like Neil deGrasse Tyson, it says that stuff is flat. He'll never say Earth is flat, but that's the same realm of clues. They put that 1% of truth in plain sight, like I've demonstrated many times in video presentations.
Well, interesting, this Michio Kaku, and shout out again to Nathan Oakley. He really destroyed that guy on gravity. It's all buoyancy and density. And it's interesting because it's just like I told you, brother. They use their credentials, to solidify those lies. Just like the pilot and those professors, they use their credentials to spread lies.
Yeah, I've heard people say, like, talking about different topics. Oh, unless you have 8-year degree on this topic, you're not in the position to talk about this. I'm like, you guys don't own science. This doesn't belong to you. Who are you to dictate truth? Like you guys own, and science obviously is through experiment, observation, repeatable, and that's the scientific method. It's not something where they can own that. Anybody can do that. Just like ridiculous Steve McRae claiming what the sun is made out of and the distance by these gamma rays and this. I'm like, there's no way for you to verify that. Just because you stick some device in the air and it says this, this, and this, there's no way you can verify that. And one thing I threw back at him is this. There's an actual scientist in Colorado who says the sun is not made what they say is helium and hydrogen. It's made out of iron, mostly iron. And so there's a debate. It's not a fact. But he's going to fight for it says. But this is a scientist. Anybody can look it up in Colorado, says he believes in iron. We don't know. But these are what I'm getting at theories. But people like McRae, they try to paint the picture.
Hi, brother, you broke down. All right. Okay, you're back now, I guess.
They're working very hard. But you're disappearing on my side, but I see you coming back here. But just like, remember, this is a really important point I want to make. Years ago, they thought the distance of the sun was 10 million miles away. Then it changed to 30 million, then 72, then 92, So what was right? Was 10 million a fact? So it's just a bunch of nonsense.
Yeah.
Like I said, they want to frame it as truth, and they're the holders of truth, and you cannot debate it type of thing. It's ridiculous. It's frustrating. It's very frustrating dealing with these people and dealing with people that don't know anything. That's the masses that will mock and ridicule flat Earth, but they don't even know their own model. That's what I do to people that try to mock the flat Earth. I say, okay, what's the dimensions of your globe? What's the diameter? What's the circumference? What's the radius? And they can't answer. They have this stupid look on their face. I asked them the most simple question. I said, give me your number one proof that you live on a ball Earth. And they're like, they don't have an answer. because of Star Wars, you're watching Star Wars or Star Trek or NASA fake videos. That's all they have. So, not to go into long on this, as I mentioned, it's a really tough nut to crack because the programming is so strong. And remember, it's 99% ego. A lot of times, it's 100% ego when it comes down to it. And they don't want to. There's another thing, when you have them, they don't want to debate. They want to name call, because that's when they lost. They don't have anything. So let me just start mocking and name calling, and that's what happens. Hey, I had someone tell me years ago that I made a video on flat Earth way back, maybe 2016 or 17, and someone told me after Thanksgiving that there's actually a fist fight at the Thanksgiving table because they were showing my flat Earth video, and one of the guys got really mad over. He was a Glober. One of the relatives got mad, and there's a fist fight on Thanksgiving Day over flat Earth versus globe. So, yeah, that's what happens. People just when they lose, they want to get violent.
Yeah, man. We had an example here. We had a friend. Unfortunately, he passed away in July. Flat Earther. He was an American English teacher here in Japan, and he was physically attacked by another American guy living here in Japan, because of flat Earth. He was physically. The guy choked him, because of
Wow.
he just said he was a flat earther, and the other American guy, started choking him, in Tokyo, and he was able to grab the guy's arm and get himself free, but he was physically attacked because of flat Earth. It's really crazy.
Yeah,
It's really
I've heard
crazy.
a lot of stories about that in Canada at a pizza place as well. There's many cases, but one thing I want to really get back to is that one pilot, that one video that one pilot, the Delta pilot, that one is really good because he doesn't even know he's being filmed. He just
Yeah,
exactly what then he goes
yeah.
to the end. Are you filming me? I love one, where in the female don't account for any type of motion of the earth, and yeah, there's just a lot of them know, but they're not going to say anything.
Right. Yeah, it's just like we have this celebrity man in Brazil. I really like him. He is not a celebrity. He is no. I'm sorry. He's not a celebrity. He's famous because he does some political analysis on YouTube. He's got like
And I think your internet's
half a
going up, brother,
million.
because I'm
Yeah,
okay on my side, but I think it's your side, brother, because you're dropping out. Because my internet's good. I'm looking at my connection is good, but you dropped out for 1 second. But go ahead about the celebrity in Brazil.
yeah. So he's not a celebrity like a actor or anything. He's just famous because he does some political analysis.
Okay, gotcha.
And he was telling, man, he was flying. This flight to Miami to Rio, Miami is Brasilia. Like crossing the equator. It's really famous. Many people do it. And he was on a flight from Miami to Brazil. And the pilot recognized him and said, "Man, I'm your fan. I'm your number one fan." And he said, "Okay, I need to ask you a question. Is the Earth flat or a ball?" And the pilot said, "This shit is flat."
Wow. Wow.
Man, he said that, man, on his show, 500, half a million people, subscribers, and said the pilot told him this shit's flat.
So do you have that video
know?
or the audio?
I do. I will send it to you. I
All
can add if you want the subtitles, or you can translate on, just watch on YouTube. Yeah, famous. I'm gonna go ahead and try to show him here right now. Let me just share something before. Someone was asking about the circling sun. Here you see the circling sun just left Scorpio. Is going to this constellation that's supposed to be the 13th constellation of Iacos, whatever is the name. So we do have a circling sun that's hiding the constellations. That's why you don't see Scorpio tonight or this month, because the sun is shining. And another thing, guys, if you want to support the channel, grab a map today, visit my Flat Earth store. I'm going to send a link here. And let me go back, brother, try to find this while we try to find a guy. I'll paste this link here real quick. Flat Earth Banjo Store. If you want to support the channel, I cannot be monetized or anything. YouTube will not let me. So let me find this guy here real quick, and then I'll show you. And I'll send you the video, man. If you want me to add you probably will be able to see the the subtitles in English. But he asked the pilot, and the pilot said, "This shit here is flat." Okay.
I love it. I love it. Yeah, one thing I want to mention, if you don't mind, is someone's bringing up this, demons and aliens, and I tell this to people all the time. There's a reason they have that star, the pentagram, over the White House, in Washington D.C. There's a reason there's stars on all the flags and the stars on, Hollywood. Stars. There's the good and bad. It's like Star Wars, the movie. It's the battle of the stars, the good and bad stars. A third of those stars are fallen angels, like it says in the Bible in Revelation. A third, Lucifer, and a third of the stars, the angels, which are interchangeable, were thrown to earth. So when you have books on witchcraft and astrology, there's a reason. Astrology, those are the stars. It's all intertwined. Stars are not distant suns; they are angels. And that's what I truly believe. They're all individual stars, and so we're told they're distant suns, but that's a big lie to cover up what they really are. We're living like in this big arena, like this big stadium, just like it shows in The Simpsons. Where they say the world's a stage, it's a platform, but I believe, like I said, the stars are souls. Here's something interesting I covered in the video as well. In the White House, Nancy Reagan, of course, the wife of Ronald Reagan, well, in the White House, they had an astrologer living with them, in the White House. Of course, like I said, the star right above the White House that was built, during the construction of Washington, D.C. So getting back to the whole, aliens or demons, they're within our realm. They are here, and they're for all to see.
All right, this is the guy here, Sandro Rocha. His channel is 477,000 subscribers, and he's a flat earther now, but his channel is not about flat earth. It's more about politics, and he is also a Christian. He talks about Bible stuff. But one of those flights, I'm gonna send a clip. I'm gonna find where the pilot asks, he's famous, so the pilot comes to him, say, "Man, I'm here fun. I watch your videos, blah blah blah," and he said, "Well, all of a sudden, man, I decided to ask the pilot about the shape of the Earth, and the pilot said this shit is flat." So I'm gonna send a clip to you. All right, it's this guy right here, Sandro Rocha. Okay, I'll send it later. I gotta find here because it's got like, I don't know how many videos he has, like thousands. He goes live a lot, But yeah,
That's good information. That's the thing is, for the longest time I knew about obviously Brazil and the country. I believe, correct me if I'm wrong, that the number one country with the most flat earthers is Brazil. Correct me if I'm wrong on that. Millions of
yeah, brother. And this guy just helped. We're gonna get another 5 million probably just by that Glober saying he's not going to Antarctica because he won't be able to film the 24-hour sun. That's gonna add another 2 million flat earthers right there.
Yeah, it's growing. This whole movement is growing, and here's the thing is, in my everyday life, I just want to be real quick about this. In my everyday life, when I first plant seeds about truth, there's people that will never get it, but there's people that come back. It's not the next day. It's not in a month. It's not a week. It's not even 6 months. It could be a year or two. I have people come up to me, people in the military, people in different walks of life saying, "You know what? When I first met you, I thought you were crazy, but I'm seeing what you're seeing now. I'm seeing what you're seeing." So it takes time. Like I said, 30, 40 years of programming. It's not going to be changed in an hour debate on Twitter or Facebook or YouTube. It takes a long time. You have to be comfortable with the information and not care what people think, and you have to be strong. I don't mean to be condescending to people, but weak people, they just go along with whatever because they're not strong enough to stand on their own 2 feet. They need to feel part of something. Those are weak people. You have to be strong to be part of the truth movement.
Yeah, That's right. I'm just gonna share this real quick. Here is the same guy on a podcast, and he's asking. He's being asked about what his thought are about the flat Earth, and this is when he tells that he was flying from the U.S. to Brazil, and he asked the pilot, and the pilot told him this shit's flat. You know.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna select that scene exactly, and you're going to hear, yourself.
Yeah.
All right.
Thanks, brother. I
All
appreciate
right,
you sending
brother.
that
We
over.
we we
Go
are
ahead.
approaching. We've been on for over 90 minutes. Let's have another 5 more minutes, and we should wrap it up. Okay. It's Monday morning here for me.
Yeah, one thing I'll say is this, and I'm going to be careful because a lot of people don't like it when I mention the people that are infiltrators in flat Earth, but it needs to be discussed, needs to be stated, because we don't want people being led astray, and this is the trap, and I really need to emphasize this, where initially a lot of people that are agents, they're going to give you good amount of truth. I mean, 100% spot on truth, and just that's to pull you in their nets. And then here comes this info. Oh, Earth, we're not living on a flat Earth, or the Earth cannot be flat. I'm not sure if it's flat anymore. It's 9 years of research or 8 years or whatever, supposedly with Jaron. And all of a sudden, I'm not sure. You should have checked that information in the beginning before you became a so-called flat earther. So I mentioned in a live stream on my channel, my previous channel, watch out for these big names flip-flopping from flat earthers to globers. Watch out. And that's exactly what we see in front of us. But we have to keep moving forward. And remember, it's not about personalities. It's what could be proven, what could be shown and proven. That's a really important aspect people have to remember. And it's good to be, quote, maybe, quote, fans of people or like people, but don't fall for charm or deceit. You have to stick to people that are giving you real information, no flashy graphics, none of these dancing videos with these girls dancing at the end of that's all nonsense. Stick to people that are just, it's like this. I said all the time when it comes to, like, when you get a check in the mail, the fake ones are the sweepstakes with all the collars, the bows, all the fancy stickers. That's fake. That's fake money. The real money's in a plain envelope. Nothing fancy about it. No gimmicks, nothing about it. That's real truth. And that's, what we try to do our best at, Eddie. And there's nothing gimmicky about you. You're just putting out the truth the best you can. And I greatly appreciate you, brother, for having me aboard. And like I tell everybody, number one flat earther. No one puts out more time, more effort, more energy to flat earth than you. So I appreciate you, brother. Thanks so much for all you do.
Thanks so much, brother. I want to say something here for you. Most of you are here, have about 180 people. My channel, one thing here is to praise our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. And one thing you will always hear here, it's Jesus Christ is Lord. And the other thing is that RV will always be welcome here in this channel. This is his home, just as is my home.
Thanks, brother. I greatly appreciate you. Always been friends. We never had a crossword. No reason to, And the thing about Eddie and I, we're a bit different. I'm very hot-headed. I can be explosive at times. Eddie's easygoing, but we still remain great friends. Always great friends, and I'm so happy we been friends for a long time, and we will continue to be friends to the end for sure.
Amen. Yeah, but one thing, like I live in Japan. I'm married to a Japanese wife. I'm a Brazilian, live in Japan. And one thing I learned a lot with the Japanese is like, that's why people say, why don't you go and do debates? Well, I would debate some people here or there, but I'm really calm, I want to let people talk. And I don't like guys like, fight the flat earth that talks over people and don't let the other people talk, whatever, So that's not my way, my way is like, let's have a conversation. That's what when I had that pilot here, I said, let's have a conversation. It's not a debate. Let's talk about it. I present my case, you present your case. But then he brought, MacToon and a whole bunch of stuff, and that was bad.
Yeah, I could smell a rat a mile away, when it came to that one so-called pilot. yeah, it just had a real bad vibe with him, and he just was very disingenuous, and not. It's like somebody playing a sporting event and someone cheats to win. That's him. That's what
Yeah,
they do.
yeah,
They'll lie and cheat to win. That's exactly
exactly.
not playing fairly, and that's exactly what he was doing. And straw manning and making assumptions, and that guy's garbage. And I'm glad, yeah, he's nowhere to be found. He needs to, disappear, and hopefully we never see him again.
All right. All right, guys, we're approaching the end of the show. I mean, it's really nice to be here, but it's a Monday morning for me here in Japan. I have to do some work today, It's just a regular day for me. I would love to extend for another hour. It's a pleasure. And if I'm gonna take a break after the two shows, be back in January. So, brother, anytime, man, you wanna be on my show, you're welcome. You're more than welcome. Okay.
Thanks. I appreciate the invite. For those that don't know, Eddie invited me just a few days ago. We're always in contact here and there. And I said, yeah, anytime, brother, you name the time and place and I'll be there. And that's what we do. And yeah, every time, anytime you want to have me aboard, I'm more than happy to be here. You have a great audience. You have a great following here, and it's well deserved because people know. And, I know there's some actors, directors. I saw that presentation as well with them noticing your work. Yeah, people are gonna know where the real truth is. Like I said, nothing flashy, just the truth, and that's what I like. I like that. Just stick to, like me myself, when I make videos, nothing fancy, no fancy opening, whatever. Just get right to the information, and that's what it's about. It's really about the information, and that's what I feel like. That's why I love your channel so much. It's packed in, it's everything's condensed and compact, full of information, no fluff, and that's what it's all about. And you do your own independent work. That's huge. You make your own discoveries. A huge one was that Chilean earthquake. That one, blew me away when we talked about that on my channel and your channel as well, with the proving that we don't live in a globe just by that Chilean earthquake. What was it? I forgot the year. What was that again? What year was that again?
Yeah, it was about 2 years ago, right? I went over to. It's the tsunami that never wraps around Antarctica.
Yes, from that earthquake. Yeah, that was like your independent investigations, and that's one thing I pride myself on too, is exploring and digging and keep looking and keep searching. And there might be times where there's lulls. We don't produce as many videos or live streams or whatever. But when something comes up, we put it out there, and it's really important for this truth to stay alive. It's a very important truth. God's created flat Earth. If people don't have their foundation right, everything else will be off because there's no truth in a lie. So, that's what I really hammer. And the really sad thing is, I read it in the comments, people talking about Christians, where some of them get really hostile about flat Earth. It says I tell them all the time, it says in the Bible. You don't believe the Bible? When it says Earth is fixed, God fixed it firm and fixed. It does not move. It shall not move. And they reject it. They try to find a way to weasel their way around it. They're too much in love with this world, and they have one foot in this world and one foot with God. You can't serve two gods like the Bible says.
Yes. All right, guys. Earth has a foundation. It's not spinning. It's not flying upwards. It's fixed and it's stationary. Just want to make this clear here.
Yeah. What they want to say, brother, is there's people out there, and you just mentioned, I'm sorry to jump in here, but I have to. When there's disinformation agents saying Earth is moving up, explain rain.
Man,
is the Earth moving up to the water? It's disinformation agents, and these people are wearing, they have tattoos of all these satanic tattoos. They're walking billboards for the Illuminati, and people trust these people. It's really unbelievable. But I just tell people all the time, like it says in the Bible, do not love this world. Those that love this world don't have the Father in them. We have to remove ourselves. And the last thing I'll say is this: if you're following the crowd, you're going in the wrong direction.
All right, guys. John, next week we will address some of your questions. Okay, we're gonna have to close the show now. talking about the giants and the fallen angels, perhaps next week. So thanks everyone for being here today. It was a blessing to have all of you, people from all over this flat earth, in Australia, New Zealand, US, Canada, Brazil, Europe, everywhere. Thank you. Thank you, brother RV, for being here. And I just don't have, Skype anymore. Most of my students, they don't use it, and for me to communicate with them is either WhatsApp or Line. I don't use Messenger. So we need to get another way to get in touch, and talk.
Yeah, exactly. Because these other things, not the best. It's, you and I, we chat on Skype. We used to chat on Skype, but now we're basically stuck to the emails part of things now.
Yeah.
But whatever works, brother, whatever works. And brother, thanks so much again for having me on, and everybody in the chat. I greatly appreciate you all. Thanks so much for tuning in. Subscribers to my channel, you should be subscribed to Eddie, of course. And we had a lot of live viewers today. That's awesome. We've been going for 100 minutes. 100 minutes.
Yeah.
And, it's been an awesome stream, and I greatly appreciate you, brother. Thanks so much once again for having me aboard.
All right. Thank you, brother. All right, I'm going to remove you and myself. Guys, thank you so much. I'm going to close with, Dave J. Caron's song. I'll see you next week. God bless all of you. May the Lord be with you. Thanks again. See you guys later. Bye-bye.
God bless.
God bless.
Wonderful, magical, celestial light, fantastical, mystical, wonderful sight. Belgian Swiss physicist Auguste Piccard, 1931, first to reach for the stars, was the first to explore the air view stratospherius, a scientist curious to see what was there. An aluminium black ball on a helium balloon, with photos and instruments, sailed towards the moon, rose in just half an hour, 52,000 feet, 10 miles of dense air pressure, up a dead drop in heat and cold, but disproving gravity. Wonderful, mystical, beautiful sight, flat line separation of black from blue light, a world run by false make-believers, hiding in shadows, stealing our light. Mystical, fluorescent light, wonderful, magical, awesome, yes, stealing our light. Wonderful, legendary light, supernatural, eternal, supernatural. Up we go, higher than rainbows, higher than mountains, above cumulonimbus, higher than 60 around us, but right round behind us, any height that you dare. The sun and the moon both revolve above around us, to forever short time fast, intelligently there. You'll never beat us, you'll never defeat us, no more you deceive us, keep through you like air. Kipper and Picard were the first ever known to reach up there. Divine luminescent light, mystical, wonderful, celestial light. So what was their eternal testimony? What did they report back to humanity? Said it seemed like a flat disk far as eyes can see, with an upturned edge fading into infinity. A mystical, ethereal, celestial sight, a divine creation, a clockwork of light, designed hid by deceivers and false make-believers, still cowering in shadows, still fearing our light. Here we go, higher than Everest, higher than airplanes, above zero cumulus, higher than air, a level horizon, 360 around us, no motion beneath us, no spinning globes, stars on the firmament, turn them all around us to forever. when they reach for the stars. Explorers and physicists, Kipper and Picard. Never you'll defeat us, forever beneath us. We see through